From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
UTAS shuts things down once again. 25-19.
Faithful empty backfield. Lewis brings down the high snap. Now he's firing, looking for Smith. One-on-one, and George makes the catch. The transfer from Robertson hauls it in for the Matadors touchdown.
Pruitt puts it across. Ava Ashley. Ashley puts it down. Game 4 goes to Albuquerque High. 25-12. We'll take a...
Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Well, they lift the lid on the new era. The Eric Olin era is underway. You got to look at your Lobo men's basketball team. And it opened with a 22-point victory. A nice, comfortable, dominating victory over a team out of the Southland. Could be worse, man. It could be UNLV or Boise State or now Fresno State, because there's evidently a pandemic going on. A team's going into Mountain West buildings and pulling big upsets. Good morning, boys and girls. Merry Thursday to you. Thanks for finding us however you found us. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. How you living?
Well, good morning.
Good morning. How's beautiful Boulder, Colorado?
Bit breezy this morning,
Yep.
but we'll see how it goes in a little bit.
Yep. It looks like a Marriott property from the inside to me. Am I close to correct?
Hilton Garden Inn.
Oh, I'm not correct. Yeah, different wallpaper, different pictures on the wall. JJ is in Boulder, Lady Lobos, and Colorado tonight here on The Sports Animal, so he will have the call of that. Andrew is in producing this morning. Good to see you, man. Thanks for getting up this morning. Thanks for coming in and running the ship. JJ, how much did you see last night of Lobos' 76-54 victory over East Texas A&M at the Pit?
I saw the majority of the game.
All right. I'll tell you my thoughts from my vantage point, which, as you know, are pretty decent seats. And then I'm where you are. This was, and I know I used the term for the ladies the other day, workmanlike in regards to an opponent that comes into your place who you are better than. But it's early and you're figuring things out. Everybody's brand new. There had to be a little bit of butterflies, a little bit of unknown. Yes, they played 2 exhibition games, but this was the lid lifter. I found it to be kind of what I expected. Sloppy in the first half, a little bit better offensively in the second half. There was a little bit more flow. They were able to force 21 turnovers, 15 in the first half, which I don't know. I asked Eric Olin this in the post game. Was it good defense or bad offense? And he said it was a little bit of both. I think the freshmen are terrific. If you call Bouillon a freshman, okay, cool. That's what they call him. He's 23, 24 years old, played in the European Professional League. Tennant was terrific as a point guard. He is going to be a terrific point guard who's going to be able to score. I think Chol may end up being your best player when it's all said and done. And they're going to make shots. And so I found, if there's a deficiency, we'll talk about inside games and when you have to play against teams who pound it inside and how are they, A, going to defend, and B, how are they going to attack that. But I found it, for an opener, you spread it around. You got 12 guys playing. 9 have played at least 10 minutes. And then and Rock played, 8.5 minutes. Kind of what an opener's supposed to be. I'm good with it. 22-point victory. Eric Olin said, there's a lot to teach, and I think it's a lot better to learn lessons when you win by 22 than, I don't know, have the University of South Carolina upstate come into your place and beat you like Fresno State.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head. It's an opener that you're fine with. Like, you get a D1 team that comes in, you handle their business, you see areas where you can build on. I think this team is going to be stout defensively, and that's going to give them an opportunity as the offense does grow this season. And the freshmen are really impressive, and the amount that they leaned on them to score, Tennant and Hall, and at multiple levels too on the floor offensively. And I know that was something that a lot of people through the first 2 exhibition games are really worried about. And that, it might be a little bit longer of a road to find some of that consistency offensively, but when I think you have the length and the style of play that Eric Olin wants to have on that defense is something they can lean on. And he said it post-game. He's like, yeah, we got things to clean up, of course, but he likes the defensive identity that can allow them to grow on the offensive end. And, one of the things is inside. He said that, they have to be a little bit cleaner with things, getting the ball inside and trying to figure out how to score. And, when you look at Bouillon, he is obviously a very good rebounder. We knew that. We expected that coming in. And it's probably just getting confident and comfortable when they do have some of those true post-up plays.
I think you're right. Tennant was terrific. He plays 24 minutes in his first collegiate game. This is a young man who was the 7th leading scorer in the history of Arizona high school basketball. So he could ball. He comes in his first ever collegiate game off the bench, plays 23 minutes and 58 seconds, so 24 minutes. Leads the team in points with 14, had 5 assists, and only turned the ball over once, and almost had the most electrifying play of the game. He rose at 5'11", left-handed down the left side, went up for a jam that would have been a poster. What it was, I thought, and I said this on the broadcast with Daniel Ferris, it was educational because I don't know if you weren't at the Lobo Howl, I don't think Lobo fan realized dude had that sort of hops. He's going to be electrifying. And then, as I watch, and again, this is a first look for a lot of people at this team. I think Chol's going to be terrific. Like to me, Chol may be your best player. Long, athletic. He had the 3 dunks, a couple of follow dunks, got to the rim. He shoots the ball. He shot 177 3-point attempts last year and shot 40% in junior college while he was becoming an All-America. So he's going to be a versatile wing. He may end up being like your best all-around player. We'll see. And then, I'm not worried about Aubrey. I know I listened to Kenny Thomas's show afterwards. Dayton Aubrey's proved to me he could play point guard at this level. I'm not worried about him. He shot, 2 for 8. So he's in a little bit of a shooting slump. I think he's going to be okay. And then the shooters, I think Hall's going to be fine. Javis Miller was 4 or 5 from the field. Hop is going to be able to find it, I figure, and you're going to get a rotation. I don't know if I think they're great yet, and we'll see if they get there, but where they are as a group of 14 brand new dudes with a whole bench of new coaches, with the only piece coming back from last year being your sports information guy and 1 manager. Give me a 22-point win over I don't care who to get the season started. UT Arlington comes in on Saturday, UC Riverside on Tuesday, and let me learn lessons winning.
Absolutely. stretch of games, the first 3 games are opportunities for the Lobos to have games like this. And what you brought up about the shooting, I do think you see 2 guys that are going to take a lot of threes. That's Chol and Hall, that have the trust. And then it's like, can someone else get hot? I was really surprised with Miller, that he was 3 for 3 from 3, because at times against NAU and just kind of watching the build up to the season, it didn't look like he was totally confident in his shot. It didn't look that smooth, but the lights came on game 1 of the season, and he stepped up really well. And I think it's going to be a lot like that. Is when you talk about kind of finding that rotation in depth, it's you know who the shooters are going to be. It's Chol and Hall, and then is someone kind of going to get hot and help them a game or so along those lines. And with Dayton Albury, the thing that I'm not worried about too, because a lot of that is he's still getting to the rim. He's going inside. He's not settling for a lot of stuff, and he's just 2 of 5 at the free throw line. But that's a guy that, as long as he's attacking the basket, getting the free throw line, you'll see him start to finish around the basket and create for others.
The other thing is they forced 15 first half turnovers, and I wonder. I say forced, and again, they're better than this team. East Texas A&M was a 5-win team last year. It's their first year at Division I. Nobody's throwing a parade for beating them by 22 points, and so I want to take into account against whom you play, but they forced the 15 turnovers and for the most part took advantage of those. They got 22 points off of turnovers on the 21 overall. But I thought defensively they were good. I don't know if I think great, but I thought they were good, and certainly in the moment in the games whom they played, I thought they were adequate. That will get better, I do believe, as that goes on. When you look at it, was hard for me to gauge the defensive effort because I thought they had one really good player. That number 0, Harrison, was a good offensive threat. The point guard was nice, and after that, you're better than that.
Yeah, they were. It was one, they out-athleted them, the size across the board. You saw all of that on a consistent level. And these are what you want to have. You know that you're that much better than a team, and go out there, win it, lean on your principles, which I do think this team is going to be good defensively. It's going to give them an opportunity early in the season and get it done, so you don't end up being talked about like Boise State or UNLV or now Fresno State.
And now Fresno State. And if you missed it last night, another Mountain West team gets beat at home by somebody that you're not even sure where they are. Last night, Mountain West play, it was Fresno State opening up the season at home in the Save Mart Center, and it was the University of South Carolina Upstate. You know who they are, right? What's their nickname, JJ? University of South Carolina Upstate. USC Upstate. They are the what?
They are the Hawks.
That's actually a really good guess. They are the Spartans. They are green just like Michigan State. The Spartans beat Fresno State in the Save Mart Center, outscored them 42-30 in the second half, and win 67-66. So the Mountain West, and look, man, net rankings are going to come out at some point. Maybe they're already out. I don't know. This league's in trouble when it comes to power early, because I don't know how you're going to make up these losses. There better be some really, really good wins around the league, because Boise State lost at home to Hawaii Pacific. UNLV lost at home to Tennessee Martin. And Fresno State has now lost at home to South Carolina Upstate, and we are 3 days into the season. This is really, really, really bad for this league. Oh, by the way, those are all powerful future Pac teams.
Can't wait. Mountain West is holding them down.
Yeah,
Just
that's right. Yeah, these 2 Pac teams. That one had to startle you too, right? I mean, it's like, damn, who's going down today?
Yeah, and that's why even last night's game for the Lobos, you're thinking in your back of your mind, like, better not play with your food. Better not be messing around.
Yep. No, we talked about that on the broadcast last night. No Mountain West games scheduled tonight. On Friday, Utah State will play in Frisco, Texas against VCU, a really, really good team out of the A-10. And Grand Canyon will be at home against Youngstown State. So if you're looking for opportunities for more teams to go down, there you go. And then a full slate on Saturday. San Jose State's at UC Santa Barbara. The Lobos host UT Arlington. Utah Valley will be in Boise. Cal State Fullerton will be in Laramie. Air Force plays Austin P. Air Force already lost. Do you count this one in there? Air Force lost to Belmont. That doesn't count, does it? Belmont's probably a better program than Air Force anyway, right?
Yes.
So I guess that doesn't count. Long Beach State will be in Fresno. Chattanooga at UNLV, and Pacific will be in Reno. All right, we got a lot to do today. 505-246-0610. That's the phone numbers to get in. Lobo fan, let's hear your thoughts on the game last night, the opener of the Eric Olin era. How do you feel about the way your Lobos looked? The biggest applause of the night, JJ, was when the most popular guy in the state of New Mexico came and got a standing ovation. And that guy wasn't.
When he walked down the ramp?
He walked down the ramp. And
you?
No, dude.
Oh.
What are we talking about? Kenny Thomas wasn't there either. Jason Eck, dude. When Jason Eck got introduced, the place went nuts during one of the timeouts, and he addressed the crowd. That was really cool last night. The 505-246-0610 emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. On the X, it's _JJ Buck. You can find us on the Facebook, The OD in the AM. You can watch the program there. Adrian is producing. We're on Xfinity Channel 26 throughout the state of New Mexico. On our Facebook page, The OD in the AM, and on the YouTube channel for ProView Networks. Guest list today coming up at 8:30 this morning. We will catch up with Jerry Palm of Palm Brackets. Andrew, I'll get you that number so we can get a hold of Jerry. We'll talk college football going into the the second weekend now of November. But with the college football playoff standings out, we'll catch up with Jerry and take a look at the national scene. 9 o'clock, JJ and I do Two Idiots, Too Many Teams, help you out with some fantasy football stuff. Jay, I got to tell you, I can't wait to hear your opinion on why I couldn't make a trade in my league yesterday.
Oh, goodness.
Dude, I had that trade I had all set up. I need a quarterback. I was getting Jordan Love and giving up Kobe Myers. It was good for both of us. Vetoed. I'll tell you why. It's the opening drive. 505-246-0610 here on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal. Hey, you've seen that beautiful chair in my office. And I know you haven't been to the office. But if you've gone to our Facebook page, The OD and the AM, you see that beautiful custom chair that Mike Waring, my good buddy over at Mustang Home Goods, made for me. It's custom. It's beautiful. It's art in your home. You can have something like that. Go to MustangHomeGoods.com and book a consultation with Mike. Let him make something beautiful for you. Basically, what he does is create beautiful custom furniture. He's a retired Navy officer, and now he pours his passion into creating custom furniture for people like you and me, people of all shapes, all sizes. He will make a piece to fit you. And this isn't just furniture. This is usable art. So mine has the Isleta New Mexico Bowl logo on it. You can have a logo. You don't have to. This is for the dining room, the living room, the bedroom, the office, the patio. Go over to MustangHomeGoods.com. Bounce around the gallery. Look at what Mike does. It is beautiful. And let me tell you this. It's incredibly comfortable. Super, super functional. People come in like, it looks like, all right, that's really cool. Let me sit in it. And then you sit down and you're like, wow. It's really, really comfortable. Monica was in the office yesterday. She's like, I'm going to sit in the other chair because, I don't want to sit in that one because it's too comfortable. I won't want to get up. Literally happened yesterday. So go over there, and if you're looking for a gift for that person who has absolutely everything, right? You've got to buy holiday gifts, and you're trying to figure it out. Get over and look at what Mike does, but you got to get in early now because it takes a minute for him to create this beauty. This is something you just hit on Amazon. It shows up tomorrow. So go by, bounce around MustangHomeGoods.com. Book a consultation with Mike and have him create something beautiful for you. The number's 505-418-8070, 505-418-8070, or go to MustangHomeGoods.com and tell your story in your home.
What's up, guys? David Pollack here.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande.
Coverage will start at 5:30. 6 o'clock tip, UNM against the Big 12's Colorado Buffaloes. Then over on KTPL, we'll start you with the Thursday night football. It'll be Raiders and Broncos. And after the Lobo women's basketball game, we'll join that in progress here on these Sports Animals. So you've got Raiders and Broncos tonight. Big game. Broncos have won 7 in a row. I say big game. Every damn game's a big game. Show me a game that's not. Like you play 16 of them, or 17 now in the NFL. What's not a big game, Jay? Is there one? Yeah, it's another.
Maybe Browns Jets this weekend.
Fair enough, because it means absolutely goonish. Nothing. Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Maybe a spot or two where you're drafting.
Fair enough. Yeah, I guess that's right. This is an interesting one because the Raiders are always that. I don't want to say that team. A team for the Broncos. It's a divisional matchup. Raiders made some moves at the deadline. They got rid of Jacoby Myers. Every time I think I know what's going on, every time I think this, I got this thing figured out in the National Football League, it goes the other way. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you I think it's stealing. Broncos are 8.5-point favorites. It feels like a thick spread in a rivalry game, but then I say, all right, well, how is Vegas going to score? I don't think they've been getting good quarterback play. They haven't been able to run the ball, and I don't know that I blame that completely on Ashton Genty because I don't think the line is very good. Their defense has been not good. They lose another close one last week to Tennessee. I mean, I got a 2-6 team against a 7-2 team that's rolling. It feels like it's supposed to go one way easily, and so almost invariably it goes the other way.
Yeah, it started I think at 9.5 too, so it's come down a little bit, and that's just such a thick number in a division game, especially on a short week. But if you look at it, and Denver defensively, Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty, that's the game plan. It's like make sure one of those players doesn't pop off, and Geno Smith is prone to turnovers, so you trust the defense. And offensively for the Broncos, they've had some eruption spots, but I think overall, I think this is an opportunity where they lean a lot on J.K. Dobbins. R.J. Harvey kind of stays in his role in those 8 to 10 plays as he have an explosive play in the passing game, and I like the Broncos tonight, but I could see this being a little bit just closer just because it's a short week type of game, but I think I would be leaning towards Denver and even covering that number tonight.
What do I do with R.J. Harvey, man? Every week he's sitting on my bench, every week he's scoring. He's not getting a ton of volume.
If you need him, then he's an absolute play just because there's that explosive element to it. He can get you that 20, 30-yard touchdown.
Give me 2. Jaylen Warren, easy. DeAndre Swift, Alvin Kamara, R.J. Harvey, Bill.
If DeAndre Swift is playing at Swift, Kamara, and Bill, I would not play them.
Yeah, which leaves you in a tight situation.
And I would play R.J. Harvey over Alvin Kamara and Bill.
Yeah, but what leaves you in a tough situation now because you're Harvey plays on Thursday, and so that would be your next guy in, but you don't know if Swift's going to play. Right?
That's always a challenge at Thursday games.
All right, we'll do that later. We'll get there later. All right, other NFL stuff, and I think this is significant, bigger than just the 4 weeks of the injured reserve list. Cardinals have put their quarterback Kyler Murray on injured reserve with a foot injury. So that means at least 4 weeks he will not play. They say it's not season ending. He'll have a chance to return if his foot gets healthy. Jonathan Gannon is the head coach in Phoenix, and he says, I really do hope he gets healthy. We got a lot of ball to play, and one day at a time. Where he sits right now, he's got to pour into his health bucket and get ready to get healthy. That's some of the craziest coach speak ever. You got to pour it into your health bucket. You ever heard the term health bucket? I don't even know what the hell that means. Jacoby Brissett's your guy now. Have they completely given up on Kyler Murray?
This is absolutely laying the groundwork for moving on from Kyler Murray. To drop him on IR right now.
Are they better off with Jacoby Brissett? Because I look at this, okay, whatever, man. So they won a game. They lost 5 games at the end, all of them by 1 possession, 3 of them on last-second walk-off field goals, one of them in the most crazy, one of them because a dude dropped the ball before he got into the end zone. The DeMarcado drop where they lost to, I believe that was the Titans game, but that was like the worst loss ever. They got the Seahawks, Niners, Jaguars, and Bucks. Okay, they might be favored in one of those games. I don't think they'll be favored in any of them. So look, man, are you expecting some sort of magic from Jacoby Brissett to come in and turn this thing around? And so let's say they lose these 4 while he's on IR. So now they go back to Kyler Murray?
I don't think they do go back to Kyler Murray. I think this is one they just trust Jacoby Brissett to run this offense more. They like his style of play, and in the offseason, I think, again, this will be like a Russell Wilson type of thing. Like, if you're done, you're going to have to just cut this dude and eat a gigantic dead cap number for a year, and you hope that ownership is on board when you make that decision as you try to get by, and you go from there because the trust just doesn't seem to be there from Gannon and Murray, and ultimately this is one of those situations where the time could have just run its course. Man, he's been there 7 years.
That's right.
And yeah, they give him a big-time contract extension, all this stuff, but it does feel like the coaching staff is just ready to move on. And the biggest thing with that is if you're Jonathan Gannon and you cut ties with Kyler Murray, what is the plan next year? Is it just Jacoby Brissett, keep your fingers crossed, and then maybe you find your Bo Nix in the future mid-round of the draft, and is ownership going to be on board with that?
So you're hoping to get a couple of years, kind of like Seattle got with Geno Smith. You got a 32-year-old journeyman quarterback who's okay. Look, he'll win you a game. He's your typical perfect backup, dude. This is what we talk about all the time. Go in and win me a couple of games, but I can't expect you to win me 6, 7, 8 weeks in a row. And that's what he is. And so they're going to draft in the middle of the draft. Do you know who their backup is now? If Jacoby Brissett goes down, you know who they play? Do you have any idea? Played at USC and BYU.
Oh,
Keaton Slovis.
Slovis.
Yeah, that's your dude, man. You feel good about that? Of course you do not. And they think they're in this.
Gannon is just, and company is telling you what's up. Then they just don't trust Kyler Murray anymore.
He's going to end up somewhere, right? Is Kyler Murray the Saints quarterback? The Saints have Tyler Shuck.
If I'm Kellen Moore, and Kyler Murray becomes available.
You want that?
100%. Like, at least give me this option and opportunity.
Well, but they may have the first pick again.
Okay, Kyler Murray versus
what's coming out of the draft?
From Indiana versus Dante Moore. Like, yeah, you're going to have that, but I think Kyler Murray is, and again, it's track record. Now, Arizona hasn't been an awful franchise with Gannon in that, but Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Daniel Jones.
Yep.
I'm Kellen Moore. I'm 100% saying, all right, I'll take Kyler Murray after having spent the Rattler and Tyler Shuck for a year.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I you know what was the downfall to me? He never got on the page with Marvin Harrison Jr. They drafted a guy who was supposed to be a generational receiver, and there are so many more productive receivers. I don't want to say better yet, but so many guys in that draft class and over the last 2 to 3 draft classes at receiver who have been more productive than Marvin Harrison Jr., who's going to be the next great receiver. And those two never got on the same page. And then you watch Jacoby Brissett come in last week and find Marvin Harrison Jr., and it's like, wow.
I'm sure Kyler Murray would have loved to play the Dallas Cowboys, too.
Sure.
In that matchup.
100%. And how many balls did Harrison drop?
What stands out, too, do you remember that touchdown stat I was telling you about Trey McBride?
Yes.
In like
Go ahead,
39
share it again, though, because I don't think everybody else.
I gotta remember. It was from Monday, but it was like in 39 career games with Murray and McBride.
3.
He had 3 touchdowns, and in 5 with Jacoby Brissett, he had 4. And that's another thing. It's like you have 2 legit talents in that passing game.
Truth. All right, let's take a break. 505-246-0610. When we come back, I got a bunch of NFL stuff as we go into the weekend. Receiver news. A lot of receivers who are banged up. Some may come back, some will not. And what you can't do after you score a touchdown, Rico Dowdle will learn that through his wallet. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Generations of families remain.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Lobo football on a bye this week. Next week is Colorado State at University Stadium. Lobo hoops last night. The men, 76-54 opening game victory over East Texas A&M. Uriah Tennant, Jake Hall, 14 points each to lead New Mexico. Tomislav Buljan had 8 points and 15 rebounds. Ladies go tonight. They're in Boulder. That'll be here on the Sports Animal. New Mexico, Colorado, 5:30 pregame. JJ, I love this, and I know you do too. After the game, the pit clears out. We're doing the post-game show. And there's one dude out there with a manager shooting free throws and then shooting back to the basket stuff and then working on his shot. And it was Tomislav Buljan. He came out after the game, and he was working on his shot, which, you know, one of the things that made Camp Bearstow a legend was his work ethic. But Buljan was 3 for 7 from the field. Remember, Bearstow used to, after every game, go straight to the weight room. And that was somewhat legendary in his improvement. Give me a dude who, instead of just running straight to the buffet or going to find his girlfriend, is down there in an empty arena working on a shot with the manager. I'll take that all week.
Oh, absolutely. And this is one, too, for, Buljan. He comes in with ridiculous expectations in a good way, because you're like, dude, you're playing pro basketball overseas. Like, you should be able to come in and be one of the things that works well early for this team. And you see that, on the boards. And I think the offensive game will definitely come around, as you just mentioned, him putting in that extra work back to the basket and just, the little things, even for a guy that has experience, but just adjusting to a new team, where that ball's coming from, when it gets there, how he functions in the offense.
All right, so you can get in on Lobo basketball, 7654. Emails, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com, JJ at sportsanimалabq.com, and you can find us on the X _ JJ Buck. All right, let's go through some other NFL stuff as we get set. I just talked about Kyler Murray going on the injured reserve. I think we're looking at a ton of receivers. Puka Nacua, I hate this week like this because he carries one of my teams, but I'm playing against him in the other league, which is brutal. Puka Nacua limited yesterday in practice. He had a chest injury in last week's win. He's listed as questionable on the injury report. Sean McVay is the head coach of the Rams, and he said the MRI showed good positive stuff. Does that mean it didn't show negative stuff? Rams do expect him to go against the Niners. It's a big divisional game against your rival. He plays, right?
I do expect him to play. And Puka is a tough dude, and he gets banged up a lot just because of the usage, man. The football's in his hands the entire time, and this came on an end around in the second half. McVay was questioning himself on the call, but it's one of those things, man. They're football players. They're in a game. Things pop up. You can't second guess yourself after the fact. And if you're LA, you even with the 49ers on deck, you make sure that Puka's in a good spot because you are a team with championship aspirations this year. You have that type of roster. And the way Davante Adams has settled in this year, he has been the player you expected. He's been a touchdown machine. You've seen the targets increase throughout the season. You get a little bit more in that offense. And even against San Francisco, if you have to sit Puka, I still think that it's a game that the Rams can win because of their health overall and the defense that they have.
So Puka Nacua's missed a game, and he still leads the Rams in receiving by a large margin. 61 receptions for Puka Nacua in 7 games compared to Davante Adams' 36 receptions in 8 games, right? And to your point, a touchdown machine, Davante Adams has scored 8 times on those 36 catches. Puka Nacua just the 3 touchdowns. Matthew Stafford is just spreading it around. He's thrown 21 touchdowns. So he's vital. I think he plays. The other side of that game is the one that you and I are just sitting there scratching our heads about because Ricky Pearsall had a terrific start to the season. And I think he thought, well, with Brandon Ayuk out and Jennings hurt and Kittle was hurt for a while, Pearsall was primed just to kind of have a breakout in his second year. And then he had the injury, and he hasn't stepped on the field since the injury. It was a knee injury back in week 4. And Kyle Shanahan's their head coach, and he was asked about it yesterday. He says, it's just the same as what I said last week. It's taking longer to heal than we thought. No setbacks. That was his quote. So they got Brock Purdy's out. His 10th consecutive limited practice for the quarterback. He's got turf toe. Mac Jones could start. Are we going to see Ricky Pearsall again? Because every week it's questionable until Friday, and then on Friday they rule him out.
Well, he hasn't even been practicing,
right.
Which is he's been questionable, but I don't know why, if it was misdiagnosed, if it's something where it's just really not responding, because it's not an ACL tear that ends the season. Is it a meniscus issue? Was it a tear? What was it that they didn't put him on IR?
Right.
They were thinking, okay, maybe this could just be a couple-week thing and he'll be back, but he hasn't even been practicing since then. He's been doing some work on the side field, so this is really a head-scratcher. But it just kind of goes into the Kyle Shanahan era of the 49ers. They get it right. They have the talent, and yet they just lose pieces every single year.
All right. Another game, Texans-Jaguars. Texans will be without C.J. Stroud. Their quarterback will not play. Remember, he got knocked out of last week's game with a concussion. They were playing the Broncos. Davis Mills is your guy this week. Downgrade Nico Collins, downgrade your Texans. I mean, or he just chucks it a bunch.
I think Nico Collins stays in the same spot as the number 1 receiver in that offense. And at least, with Davis Mills, he's one of those backup quarterbacks that we've seen play a lot of football. And it's not like it's a defense they have to worry about when he gets to play against the Jaguars this weekend.
Other side of that game, and I'm interested to watch this, okay? I think Jacoby Myers has something to prove, and he's in the contract. He got traded from the Raiders to the Jaguars. And you say this consistently, and you are right about this, okay? That very rarely trade deadline receivers make a huge difference. I remember last year, who did the Bills get? They got, who the hell was it?
Amari Cooper?
It was Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
And I thought, and you were on the other side of this, and you were right. I thought this could be a big difference. Look at this now. Josh Allen's got his dude. He's got a guy to go to. He's got a veteran. And he's going to pop. And he flat out didn't. Jaguars have Jacoby Myers now. He was at practice yesterday. Brian Thomas is their leading receiver, their best receiver. He sat out their workout yesterday with an ankle injury. I think Jacoby Myers makes a difference. Does he put the Jaguars over the top? Look, the Hunter's out, the rookie. Thomas is hurt. Trevor Lawrence needs weapons. They went out and got him something. I think they try to work him in right away.
Because they have to.
100%.
They don't have another option.
Yes.
At this moment in time, I think Jacoby Myers 5 for 50 is on the table this weekend. It's still relatively just for him a short week coming in, just getting the offense. How many reps is he going to be able to handle? But he is going to have an opportunity to catch a lot of passes in this offense just because of the lack of playmaking from Brian Thomas Jr. plus the injury, Travis Hunter being on IR right now, and they need bodies. And I'm big on Parker Washington. I think he could be a good player over the next few weeks for them, but Myers is going to get a chance to play as much as he can on Sunday.
All right, there's a bunch more NFL stuff to get through. If you got something you want to get in on, you can get in. 505-246-0610. Jerry Palm will be with us at 8:30. We'll talk college football on the national scale with him, get his thoughts on the first college football playoff rankings, and look at what's coming up on there's not a lot of weekends left. There's like 3 or 4 weekends left in the regular season of college football, which is just bonkers to me. We'll go over that with Jerry. We'll do that for Palm Brackets coming up at 8:30 this morning. Hey, you got some friends who got a great yard, front yard, backyard, got a little yard envy? Want one? Want something beautiful? Want something maybe completely redone? I got your place. LaBarge Landscape is who you should call. I called them. They came out to my house about 2 months ago and made an absolute difference in my yards, front yard and backyard. Every time I pull up to the front now, the place just looks better. It just looks cleaner, better, tighter. I needed that. Backyard is just dramatically different. And they didn't even do an overhaul. It was a cleanup for me. It just got away from me. The grass wasn't growing. The sprinkler system was bad. I had trees and shrubs and weeds and crap everywhere. They came in and took care of it for me. They will do it for you. But don't wait till spring for a rehaul in your backyard. You're looking for a transformation. You know why you shouldn't wait till spring? Because everybody does. And then when spring comes, you're going to get on a list. And by the time you get this project done, you're going to miss half of next summer. Call LaBarge Landscape now. Have them come out and redo your backyard. Do whatever it is you want. Whatever that project is that you're looking to do, have LaBarge take care of it and give you a backyard or front yard transformation. If you know what you want, they're going to make that project come to life for you. If you're not sure what you want, you just know, I want something, but I don't really know. I got space. They'll send a design team out there, and they're going to drop a bunch of sketches until you and your family have exactly what you want, and they're going to create that yard of your dreams, and you are going to enjoy it for years and years to come. You're going to love it. Remember, the people who get to enjoy that new landscape in the spring, that's the people who call LaBarge Landscape now. And if you're just looking for a cleanup, like fall cleanup during the fall, or leaf cleanup during the fall, or you just want your shrubs pruned or something like that, LaBarge Landscape will do that for you as well. Look, I can't be happier that I called them. They did a tremendous job for me, and I know they'll do that for you. Go to their website, labargelandscape.net, L-A-B-A-R-G-E, labargelandscape.net, and then give them a call. Set up an appointment at 505-345-3000, 505-345-3000. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It is LaBarge Landscape.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values.
In studio for us today, JJ's up in beautiful Boulder, Colorado. Emails Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Your texts are coming in at 505-246-0610. That is also the number to call. Travis, another Mountain West team goes down. Fresno was an 11-point favorite at home, got waxed at home. They lost by a point. Lobo fans may not have been excited about the shooting percentage last night, but at least the Lobos won handily and didn't poop the bed like Boise, UNLV, and Fresno. Good win. Keep grinding is from Travis. JJ, that's the point, man. I listened to Kenny's show on the way home last night from the pit, the post-game show of our News Radio KKLB with Kenny and Brandon. I listened to Lobo fan. Well, they didn't shoot well, and I'm a little worried about this. And I'm like, holy smokes. Like you just won by 22. I get who you played. I understand. But I think people think this is just add water, stir, and you're going to have a nationally ranked team with every single person in that program, aside from one manager and your sports information director, brand new. I don't think people realize how hard this is to come together, and I hope people are willing to give it time, because there very well may be a loss somewhere in the first month and a half that you don't expect. And I, people could jump off a bridge.
I'm expecting that to happen.
Right? Somewhere.
Yes,
right?
I am expecting that to happen. And this is the challenge, and we've had these conversations with Lobo fans before of you have certain expectations for this program regardless of what happens. And that's the standard that everything is judged by. But there's still a journey to get to that point. And it's a brand new path that this team is on to get to the expectations Lobo fans have for this basketball team. So what you hope, and we understand we've lived in this world long enough, is that it's constructive criticism from a fan. We got games to talk about, break down, what do you see and where's the development going to be. But you do understand that some people are going to be really uncomfortable or really anxious at times watching this team because it's who they are now versus just the overall expectations people have for Louisville basketball.
Well, and it never can happen, A, quick enough, and B, in some respects, good enough. Look, you got UT Arlington and UC Riverside coming up, and I think it's both of those are going to be better competition than what you saw yesterday. Okay, I think it gets increasingly better. I think UT Arlington's going to be okay. They come in and they are 1-0. They won their opener. They beat UNT. What is it? North Texas Dallas?
North Texas Dallas.
Yeah, 91-4.
Doesn't even seem real.
Yeah, and then they play that same Arlington Baptist team that East Texas A&M beat. So I think they'll be a little bit ramped up. I think UC Riverside will be actually a pretty decent game for them next Tuesday. And then a week from Saturday, they're in Cruces. They play the Aggies. And 2 weeks from today, JJ, they're in Kansas City and they play Nebraska. And then right after that, they play Kansas State or Mississippi State. So it's going to get real pretty quickly. And I just, I look at it and like Travis said, man, at least you didn't poop the bed like Boise State or Fresno State or UNLV. I said this, twice this morning. I said it to Eric Olin last night on the postgame show. Let me learn my lessons winning by 22, right? Instead of getting beat by who was it? Fresno, Hawaii Pacific and UT Martin and who was it last night?
USC Upstate.
USC Upstate. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting because I'm with you along the way. Something's going to jump out of nowhere, and this fan base hopefully isn't going to jump off a bridge because this takes a minute. And I thought last night, look, man, do they look like they're ready to go to the NCAA tournament yet? No, probably not. But I think there's a lot of talent on that team, and I think they're going to be okay.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be excited about when it comes to the foundation that they have. The style defensively, what they can do to keep themselves in games while the offense grows. Because you think about it, there's two true freshmen that are going to be a big part of what this team does.
Well, really 3 if you consider Bouillon a true freshman. I don't know what you
He's not a freshman.
We consider him a pro freshman is what we're
it's like that's a little bit of it. There's an adjustment just to everything that's going on, but to me that's a little bit different than Hall and Tennant that were just playing a bunch against 16 and 17-year-olds last year versus what Bouillon was playing with. But again, it's the chemistry, like all that stuff is real when you're on the court in a different environment against someone else. And Dayton Albury, the thing about his shooting, he's getting to the rim a lot, so I'm not worried about that because I think he's going to finish more and then plus get to the free throw line.
Let me give you this one. You tell me if this is shtick or this is real. Dan sent an email, said it felt like a loss. Jeffrey, Juan Jose, and OD debuting Andrew. Lions are a club you want to beat by 50 at home, even under a good hold by Eric Odin, as he calls them. So this 22-point win felt like a loss to Dan. I mean, winning by 22 and get not nearly. You need to win by 50 and get the manager in the game last night. I guess. All right, 505-246-0610. Let's go. Got NFL tonight. Bronco fan, how you feeling about the Raiders? Raider fan, your chance to jump in. I want your thoughts on the Lobo win last night over East Texas A&M. Jerry Palm's going to be with us from Palm Brackets coming up at 8:30. Andrew's produced in the opening drive this morning. I'm Jeff Symbieta. He's J.J. Buck. Thanks for being with us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
610 KNML, the sports animal. Now it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
What's good? Thursday, how you living? Opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck on a big Thursday. Broncos and Raiders go tonight, Thursday Night Football, to kick off your NFL week. Lady Lobos will be in Boulder. They play Big 12's Colorado, and the Lobo men's basketball team opened up the Eric Olin era last night with a 76-54 win in the pit against East Texas A&M. JJ, I just read you the text before, or it was an email before we went to the break, that Dan said it felt like a loss, that you got to beat him by 50. Ryan said, felt like a loss? Is UNM basketball suddenly Kansas? Come on. I mean, I got to believe that shtick, but I'm not certain I think it is, because I do think that there's a faction of people who feel that.
I'm sure there is. And, yeah, it's that balance that you're going to have of the expectations that some people have for this program, which don't move, which is fine, but you do need to understand that it's going to take time for a brand new group to get there, to show if they can touch those expectations for Lobo basketball. And to me, there's a difference between constructive criticism and breaking the game down and then actually being upset that they didn't beat a team by 50. It was only 22.
The game was never in doubt. You dominated it. You owned it. There were times where I think the league got up to, 24, something like that. You felt like, all right, they're going to move this thing. The biggest lead was 25. So that's like 24, right? 25 with 12-14 to go in the second half. And you thought, all right, here they go. And then I thought there was a little lull in there. That's why I remember saying to Daniel Ferris on the broadcast, this has got to be tough. And I say tough as a relative term. You're up by 20, 25. You're in control against an opponent you're better than. The building's not dead, but it's not electric. Now you're mid-second half, and you kind of go on coast mode. And they go on a little run. And I thought East Texas A&M turned up the defense a little bit, pressure. They made some shots. I thought Harrison's a nice player for them. I thought the point guard was pretty good, Johnny Hunt. And other than that, you're better than them. And so the game, it's not like this one was ever in doubt. You never felt this one was slipping away.
No, it was never in doubt. And you see that in the game of basketball, and you mentioned that second half. And if you hit a couple 3-pointers, it's going to change things. Saw that firsthand the other day with the Lobo women there by 19, and all of a sudden just 4 straight baskets from 3, and a couple contested shots go in, and you get a different feeling. But then you still win by double digits because it's a game that you were in control of for the entire time.
Yeah. Jake Hall, Uriah Tennant, 2 freshmen, each had 14 points for New Mexico. That paced the Lobos. To Javis Millerad, 11. Antonio Chol with 9. Tomislav Bullion, 8 points, 15 rebounds. And pretty balanced scoring. 10,726 was the announced attendance last night for Game 1 in the Pit. It was a Wednesday night against East Texas A&M. And it was interesting watching people's reaction. These guys playing in the Pit. It was like, wow, this is really cool. It was electric. I'm like, wow. Wait till you get a real Pit game. Wait till you get a crowd in there that really feels like the Pit. Because it did, JJ. It felt like, Wednesday against East Texas A&M. And I think I said to Daniel Ferris, he's like, all right, well, that's all right. And I'm like, man, put that up against numbers around the country. Everybody around the country for their first game of the season against an opponent like East Texas A&M. And I'll bet you're in the top 5% of the time.
Yeah, and I know we've discussed this, and you're right on. It's going to be a while until you get a true Pit game, but it's still an environment that is very big for a lot of these guys. Even in a game like last night. And just the energy, the amount of people that were there compared to the amount of people that were watching games for a lot of these guys last year. And you got to get a little of those nerves out.
Yeah. All right, the ladies will be in Colorado. James says, what do you expect from the Phillies tonight, Jeff? Colorado looked a lot like you in 24-25. Their RPI was 74. Their season ended in the WBIT, losing to Gonzaga. That's your beat, JJ. What do you expect tonight?
Is this the same one we talk about? Like, RPIs from last year don't matter.
Thank you.
All right, like it's 0, dude. Like, there's 10 new players on this Colorado team. What do they look like? I have no idea.
Don't know.
The best player on the floor might be Advantage Colorado tonight. Jade Masagayo, 12.5 points per game last year, led the team, preseason All Big 12 selection, 6'3" forward. She's going to be really good. Got some power conference transfers, a guard from Kansas State that's coming in that was an all-conference level player last year. For the Wildcats, you got a player that the Lobos have actually seen, Claire O'Connor, good shooter who scored 8 points in the Pit last year with Gonzaga. But ultimately, I have no idea because this is their first this is a regular season opener tonight. They played an exhibition game, which they just blew the doors off the Colorado School of Mines. So any RPI from last year is irrelevant in the conversation with a lot of these teams early in the season.
Yeah, it means nothing. You'll learn a lot about both of these teams tonight. JJ will have the call. It'll be right here on the Sports Animal. 5:30 pregame, 6 o'clock is when they'll tip up in Boulder, Colorado. One other score of note last night. Well, there were a number of scores of note last night, but certainly the score of note in the Mountain West Conference last night happened in Fresno at the Save Mart Center. And that was another upset of a team in the Mountain West Conference that comes seemingly out of nowhere. And I guess I don't know that I should say that anymore. But Fresno State loses at home. They're now 1-1. It wasn't even their opener because they opened up and they beat Fresno Pacific 88-51. There's a lot of Pacifics, dude. Hawaii Pacific, Fresno Pacific. Then there's regular old Pacific.
We need the Pacific Coast Conference.
When they're Pacific Life, that was something too. Yeah, no,
that's where you go to learn to sell insurance.
100%. And then you get to play hoops and go out and beat Fresno State. USC, that's South Carolina, upstate. Not the University of South Carolina Gamecocks, but USC upstate. The Spartans that play in the Big South, they win in Fresno last night by a score of 67-66. A guy named Carell Luke had 15. And this is a brutal loss. A brutal loss for Fresno State and for the league. And it comes one day after the University of Tennessee Martin went to the Thomas and Mack Center, beat UNLV. I think it was 86-81. It's 2 days after Hawaii Pacific, a Division II team, went to, what is it, Extra Mile Arena now? Taco Bell Arena? Is it Extra
That
Mile?
is correct.
And beat Extra Taco Arena and beat Boise State. So there's been 3 days in the regular season and 3 upsets of Mountain West Conference season. JJ, I think this is going to, this has effects long term, doesn't it? As the league starts to try to gain credibility. Oh, we were the 7th best net ranked team league last year. After the Power 5, and then I don't know who was next. Was it the A10 or something? We were out of 30 something leagues. We were number 7. Start proving that this year, man. How does that happen?
It ain't a great start at all for the Mountain West Conference. It's about as bad as it could be.
Yeah. And I don't know where the wins are coming from. Like you and I start talking about, all right, you need some good wins to make up for it. Utah State beating VCU tomorrow night would certainly help. Are there chances over the weekend? I don't see a lot of chances for some really really good wins over the weekend. As you get into next week, maybe. But there's a lot of Idaho States and Omahas and Mac, Northern Illinois is on the schedule. UC Riversides and Montanas and UTRGVs and right. I mean, I'm literally looking for an opportunity. What do we end up next Thursday? Michigan State. San Jose State's probably not beating Michigan State in East Lansing. So I'm a week out now, and I'm still looking for an opportunity. You see one? Nevada plays Santa Clara. There's just not a lot on there. And so
at this point,
at
this point, for a lot of these schools, it's survival. Like, don't drop. Don't have these Hawaii Pacifics, which it doesn't matter because it's not on the resume, but it freaking matters.
How does it not
Losses, man.
You still.
It feels like it should one, right? Because the reason it doesn't matter
twice, man. It should matter double.
Because it shouldn't. Because I think the challenge with that is, if you play a D2 team, how does that would affect you the other way, right? You win it, like what does that do to the metrics? So I think that's why it's just a straight 0. But then it just feels like when you actually lose one of those games, it doesn't affect your metrics, but it's on your team sheet. And again, if we're looking at the end of the season and somehow, some way, Boise State's on that bubble trying to get in, but then it's they're looking at like, oh, we got Northwestern and we got Vanderbilt, or we got Georgetown, and then Boise State's sitting there. They're going to be like, well, Boise State lost to Hawaii Pacific. We can't put them in over any of these teams.
Should? I mean, right?
Yes.
Like it should. All right, when we come back, I got some horrible news that just crossed this morning. The Dallas Cowboys have announced a death of a young player. I'll get you that. I was going to kind of go with the Hingle McCringleberry. What does that get you? 2 pumps. But, I'll get you the death of a young 24-year-old Dallas Cowboy defensive end that was just announced. I'll get you that as soon as we get back. You playing Prize Picks yet? You should be playing Prize Picks yet. Download the app and have fun. It just makes the games a lot more fun, and it makes it a little more profitable because we're all watching the games, right? You're watching the football. You're watching the basketball. We all, you, me, we all think we know a little bit about what's going on. We all make decisions. Well, on Prize Picks, when you make the right decisions, you can get paid. Do not miss the excitement, whether it's football, whether it's basketball, whether it's both. Prize Picks always feels good to be right. I'm looking at the app right now for tonight, and here's how you play. You pick lineups of 2 to 6 players, and you pick more or less. So right now, Bo Nix tonight, more or less than 217.5 passing yards. You want to play some soccer tonight? You can do that. You got Geno tonight for the Raiders. Geno Smith. They're giving you this one. More or less than half a passing yard. J.K. Dobbins, more or less rushing yards, 49.5. And then when you're right, you get paid. and it's easy. It's the best way to win cash on your team, the Cowboys, the Broncos, the Nuggets, the Lakers, whoever your favorite team is. I've had a blast with this. Here's what you do. You download the Prize Picks app. Put in the code KNML. That's the promo code. When you play your first $5 lineup, you're going to get $50 in lineups. Insert the code KNML. $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup is only on Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient. They're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6
prohibits any celebration of what they call a sexual nature. So Wednesday, he got fined $14,491 to be exact. And he started a GoFundMe page because that's what we're all looking to do, is help NFL players pay their fines because they don't make enough money, JJ. So did you get in on the GoFundMe page? Did you help him?
You got to read the rest of it, though.
Yeah, no, and go with this because it's going to a good cause. All the money donated to the GoFundMe page is going to Children's Home Society in North Carolina. And so they've raised way more than the fine money. As of last night, it was almost $10,000. So good for him, I imagine, right? I mean, go double pump, go get fined and raise a bunch of money and get. So, actually, the fine is $14,000, and they've raised $10,000.
Yeah, so it's he turned it into a fun thing where he's going to pay that fine, but just getting people to rally around, donate the money to charity. It's hilarious the times where the No Fun League shows up, and then they're extra where they're taunting or a penalty like that, which was just absolutely hilarious because that's it's a great skit. And Key and Peele, did some phenomenal stuff, and they have a lot of football centered content, whether it's the names like on the intros or that one where the referee was looking and was waiting for the third pump, and the third pump it would be a personal foul penalty.
Is that right? So on the third, but he got fined for doing two.
Yes, that's the whole point of the joke.
Yeah,
it was like they did two in the skit, and the ref was right there. They did a third one, and the ref threw the flag, and so he was messing around and only did two. But hey, it was very suggestive. There's young kids watching the NFL.
Meanwhile, he must have hurt himself because he was held out of practice Wednesday. Rico Dowdle is questionable for the Carolina Panthers. Hold off on your Chuba Hubbard obituary because the guy who was really, really good last week, 25 rushes for 130 yards and a couple of thrusts while he hit the end zone, is playing through pain. So he was a non-participant in practice yesterday. 2 more chances now to get back on the field and see what the injury designation is. What's his injury? It's a quad injury, JJ. He plays, right? I mean, he's taking over that backfield. There's no way he's going to get out of the way and let Chuba Hubbard try to get back in there, right?
Thursday reports matter more than Wednesday reports.
Yeah, Wednesdays just freak you out and make you hit your waiver wire. Yeah. We'll get into the fantasy football stuff coming up at 9 o'clock. We'll do Two Idiots, Too Many Teams. And if you got some fantasy football stuff you want to bounce around and talk through, we'll do it then. You can get in at 505-246-0610. Emails, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. When we return, it's college football on the national scene. We check in with our good friend Jerry Palm, who runs Palm Brackets, see what he thinks about the first college football playoff standings, take a look at last week's result, next week's schedule. Jerry Palm is next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Mornings and that routine.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations.
State next week. New Mexico State in, I believe, a must-win if they're thinking about bowl eligibility. Kennesaw State down in Las Cruces on Saturday afternoon in Aggie Memorial Stadium because the Aggies then go to Tennessee and have winnable games against Middle Tennessee and UTEP after that. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. Big weekend coming up. Everything's big now. We are in November, a few weeks left in the regular season. Last week's results were massive. You got your first college football playoff standings out. We check in with Jerry Palm from Palm Brackets. How you living, Jerry Palm?
I'm doing good. How are you?
All right. I got so much I want to talk to you about. Before I get into the CFP standings and your thoughts on them, I heard a story this morning that Penn State wanted Urban Meyer, that he was their first choice to be head coach. They couldn't kind of come to terms, and Urban Meyer said, yeah, I was there. He denied the report that he was ever really talking to them. Just your whole thought on the fact that he's the guy, because college programs, and he's proven to be a great college coach and turns things around. What's fact there, do you think?
Boy, I don't know. I mean, if I'm going to get somebody who's not coaching right now, I'm going to call Nick Saban first.
Okay.
I realize he's an old guy, but gosh. I mean, he's been successful, and it just goes to show you it doesn't really matter, what people think about you or what you've done or whatever. It's if you can win, that's all that really matters.
Yeah, I think that gets reinforced over and over. All right, college football playoff standings came out. Your issue, if any, is what with the college football playoff standings?
Pittsburgh ahead of, several teams probably, but notably, I guess, Cincinnati, who's played a better schedule, doesn't have a loss to a 3-6 team. But that's totally picking nits because that's the very bottom of the bracket or the rankings, and those teams aren't going to be in the final bracket. So, no, I had predicted the top 12 correctly, actually, except I had the wrong team hosting the 8-9 game.
Okay.
So,
you had Oregon, Texas
so I guess
Tech.
I don't really have any real complaints.
Yeah.
And even if they disagreed with me on some of it, I still may not have complaints because there's always, it's just, kind of how do they see things, and we kind of learn from them, week to week what is valuable to them and what's not. And I thought what was most interesting was the chairman of the committee, Mark Rhodes, talking about, in particular, the coaches on the committee, the former coaches on the committee, who break down film on all these teams. And we've heard that before, but he seemed to be emphasizing about how, they're using that information that these coaches see looking at film, which is different than we all, because they're looking at it from a different perspective as people who have coached in the sport. And so they're looking at some of what these teams do and how effective they are and how effective they can be going forward, I think, even. So it's an interesting perspective, and obviously it sounds like that group of members of the committee might have a little bit more influence than we thought.
Yeah, one thing I noticed on this, in the ACC being left out of the top 13 right now, I mean, they're going to get their champion in. But all the talk in the offseason about guaranteed spots, and the Big Ten needs these spots, and the SEC needs these spots. What I said then, and this kind of plays it out, it's going to organically happen that way in most years anyway. In the years that it doesn't, it shouldn't.
I cannot be more opposed to multiple guarantees from a conference.
Yep.
A champion, absolutely. So totally on board with that.
Yep.
After that, if you're that good, earn your way in.
100%.
This isn't a charity here. Earn your way in. This is a competition. Go out there and compete and earn your way in. And most years they will.
And the years that they don't, they shouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, earn it. I am
100%.
unabashedly opposed to the Big Ten Commissioner's proposal in that regard. And I think Greg Sankey is as well.
Yeah, he is, and that's the SEC Commissioner. Jerry Palm's with us from Palm Brackets here on the Sports Animal.
Well, Jerry, as you said, we know teams are going to play their way in, can play their way out, but I'm just interested in your thoughts on Notre Dame and Texas. The perception of them nationally has been like, oh, it's struggling. They lost games early, but they're sitting there at 10-11.
Yeah, it's really as much a function of who's chasing them. I mean, I don't think Notre Dame's all that great, really, in terms of how they measure up. But they do have a win over a team in the rankings, which some of these teams may not, and some don't. And Notre Dame has played well in their losses. They lost to good teams, including number 3 A&M at home. Miami has kind of come back to the pack a little bit, but it's just been, Notre Dame. The problem with Notre Dame is that they don't have any more chances left to impress this committee. They're pretty much done with anything that's going to help them at all. I mean, they've got. I mean, I guess. Navy's 7-1, but they're not in the rankings. Pitt's 7-2; they're barely in the rankings. Syracuse and Stanford are not good teams. I don't know. they've got 3 games against teams in the rankings. They're probably going to have 3 games against teams in the rankings at the end, although there's certainly some doubt that Miami and USC will hang on to those spots.
We got number 7 BYU undefeated at number 8 Texas Tech. The Red Raiders with that 1 loss. What do you make of that contest on Saturday?
Yeah, boy, that's an epic battle that may happen again when they get to conference championship time. It's really important, I think, for Texas Tech to win, in part because they're at home, and you want to win at home, but also because they've already got a loss. And you don't really want to be in a position where you've got 2, and now your margin for error is just about gone in terms of just being in the playoffs. So I think it's really important for them to go out and play well, give BYU their first loss, and then, maybe go at it again in December and play for a conference title in a situation where maybe both of those teams can get in. But if Tech loses, then there's a chance that, they won't get both of these teams in.
Yeah. No, that's why I think it's so big for Tech. I'm really interested to see what LSU does. Frank Wilson's the interim coach, was the head coach of UTSA. He's a Louisiana guy, an LSU guy. They get Alabama coming off the bye week after the emotion. This goes one way or the other, right? They play really tight and maybe pull this thing off, or they get run out of the Bills.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I doubt we get a reasonably competitive game, but not a fully competitive game. I think you're right. I think it's a down to the wire thing, or it's over by halftime kind of a thing. And since that game's at Alabama, I'm leaning over by halftime.
Okay.
But having a bye week when you're changing coaches like that definitely helps. Even though the coach has been on the staff and they all know who he is and all of that, it gives you a chance to maybe throw in some tweaks, some stuff that hasn't been seen on film, that you can implement easily enough in a 2-week span to maybe catch Alabama off guard and get an advantage.
Let me give you another team that I think needs to be on alert. Oregon goes to Iowa. And I think, Oregon's looked nice. They've got 1 loss, and an understandable loss in large regard. This is a dangerous place to go. Iowa plays defense. I don't know that I think this is one of the most dynamic Oregon teams ever. This one, I think you got to be on duck alert here.
Duck alert. I don't know. And they've had a bye as well. Oregon has.
Yep.
So that's probably. Oh no, I'm sorry. Iowa has had a bye. Or maybe Oregon has too. Oh, they both have. So there's. I mean, normally when you travel for those Western teams going east, and that's 2 time zones, not 3. There's a little bit of a malaise for the West Coast teams. But not Oregon. Oregon seems to have been immune to it. And I don't know. I just think they have too much firepower for Iowa offensively. And I don't think Iowa's got enough offense to hang in there. I mean, they certainly could win, but I think I'd be. What's the line on that game, by the way? Do you know?
I'll get it for you here.
Off the top of your head?
Yeah, I just saw it here. I'll find it for you.
I mean, I think that I don't know. I think Oregon ends up with a comfortable win.
It's 6.5.
I just think they're too good.
6.5. Yeah. Jerry Palm's with us.
6.5.
Yeah. Jerry Palm practice for a few more minutes with us.
Well, Jerry, there's no group of 5 team in the top 25, but Memphis looks like they could be the team right now. Man, what are you looking at when it comes to figuring out who that G5 team is going to be?
The American Conference champion. I think it's as simple as that. I guess San Diego State would have a shot if the American eats its own at the top, and you don't really end up with a champion with fewer than 2 losses, or maybe even 3. Then maybe San Diego State could pull it out. But that's pretty much it. It looks like it's going to be the American Conference champion, whoever survives that part of their this last month of the season, and can win that league.
I was in San Diego this last weekend, and they're talking CFP. They think that they can run the table. They think their Cal win is big. Their 1 loss is a bad one. They lost to a 4-5 team, and they got beat handily at Washington State. So what's their best win? In that case, they would have been beaten Boise State maybe twice. If the champion of the American has 2 losses, which is very possible, does a 1-loss San Diego State surpass them?
Maybe, but that's that's the scenario, minimum scenario that we're talking about here. You know, where they can possibly get, you know, another team in is, you know, San Diego State, you know, gets in as a one-loss team, but you understand now, beating Boise may not mean as much.
That's correct.
With their quarterback out.
That's absolutely.
You know, that was. I don't know if he's going to be around for that game, or if his season's over. I haven't heard any prognosis at all. But you know, not being able to put any weight at all on your foot is definitely a multiple week problem. And you know, Boise State, even beating Boise State may not look as good as it normally would.
All right. Before we get you out of here, Palm Brackets is up. It's a great website. You should go to palmbrackets.com. You got hoops going, and we're 3 days in the regular season. I got to hit you on the Mountain West. So it's been 3 days and 3 brutal losses. Hawaii Pacific wins at Boise State. Tennessee Martin wins in Josh Pastner's debut at UNLV. And then last night it was USC, that's South Carolina upstate, wins at Fresno. Look, the Mountain West has been really strong, multiple bid league over the years. It's 3 days into a 4 or 5 month long season. But how the hell do you recover from this as a league?
Well, it depends on who your quality are.
Well, wasn't Boise State supposed to be one of your qualities? Wasn't UNLV supposed to be one of your qualities?
You would think, yeah. You know, San Diego State, I think, is who I put in my bracket.
That's right. Yeah.
To win the league.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe you can't count on those guys. You can't. Don't overreact to a game 1 loss. Let's wait and see how the season plays out. But yeah, that's a bad loss. And bad losses, when you don't have a lot of chances at higher quality wins, and that'll vary from schedule to schedule for those teams. You know, there are ways to make up for that, but you really count on your league winning the games that they're supposed to win, because those wins carry through in the strength of schedule once you start playing each other.
Yeah.
And so that's really important. But, you know, San Diego State, I think, is considered the favorite.
That is right.
So, you know, fortunately, they don't have a loss like that, because if they can play well enough, they could be an at-large team maybe and still get in, even if they lose in the conference tournament. That's probably the best path for 2 teams for the Mountain West anyway.
Yeah. All right, read him every day. Go to palmbrackets.com, PALMbrackets.com. Your social media handles are?
JP Palm 85 on Twitter. I'm on Blue Sky. JP Palm there. Plus the long extension that they have on there, and I'm on Facebook as well.
Beautiful. Follow, because it's a great follow. He'll be with us next Thursday, and we'll have another week and another standings and a whole lot more to look at. Always appreciate the conversation, my friend. Enjoy the weekend.
All right, thanks. You too.
All right, he is Jerry Palm, and appreciate the time. JJ, so he's saying don't overreact to those basketball players. But when you don't have a lot of opportunities to correct that, like, you know, UNLV or whatever, I mean, how many good, decent wins erase a really bad loss?
There's not many, and especially for a team like Fresno State. You knew they were already going to struggle, and then when you get to conference play, that is just going to be a net ranking that continues to drag you down.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the high 200s, low 300s. So, all right, 505-246-0610, 9 o'clock, we'll do Two Idiots, Too Many Teams. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
eBay.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420
or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell.
Appreciate Jerry spending some time with us. You can get in on anything you heard at 505-246-0610. Jeff Sambieta, JJ Buck. Lobos won last night, 76-54. JJ, we were having a conversation earlier about did you win by enough? Because we got that Dan email said it felt like a loss. They need to beat that team by 50. I'm like, what are we talking about, right? And you and I are on the same page. It was workmanlike. They won by 22. They ran a bunch of different lineups out there. First game of the year, get used to it, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Jeffrey says last night was a W. It's what we wanted. It's on the text line. So for those who thought we should have won by 150 points, settle down. The team was definitely a fraction of a second off offensively, but as the season progresses, I'm guessing we'll start to get more and more. This just comes with real-time game experience for a team that's never played together, barely started practicing together a few months ago, and most of them didn't even know each other. I'll take a win last night every time, or like last night every time. Tennett's going to be a big fan favorite, and the young man plays bigger and stronger than his actual size. Should be fun watching this team develop and progress. That's from Jeffrey. I think that's the right. That's what I saw. Like I can't think you're good enough to complain about a 22-point victory with everything in your program, sans one manager and your sports information guy being absolutely brand new and didn't know where the pit was or what Juan Tabo was or what a Sandia was, 8, 10, 12 months ago. What more do you want? And obviously Dan wanted a 50-point win. And then he'd pick Nitz there.
Yeah, there's a difference between breaking the game down and talking about what do you think the shooting is going to come from, who's going to step up, all those things, and then saying a team that won by 22 wasn't enough.
Yeah. Gopher said, quote, RPIs from last year don't matter, end quote. Quote from JJ Buck. Jeff, that might be the statement of the year. How mercenaries have taken over college athletics. It's a sad state. JJ did say that. RPIs, net rankings from last year don't matter. Is it a sad state? You decide, but it's the state. I've told you this a zillion times, and I'll say it again. If you don't like it, that's cool, and it's changed and it's hard to get to. But if you can't handle it, college athletics isn't for you anymore because it's just the way it is and it's not going backward. Rosters are going to turn. All right, you're calling the phones at 505-246-0610. Andrew's producing. We'll get to the phone line when we get back. We'll also do Two Idiots, Too Many Teams. It's our fantasy football segment. If you've got some questions, little lineup decisions that you got to make, we'll discuss them with you. On the opening drive, Jeff Sambieta, JJ Buck on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more.
Final hour of the program, opening drive, Jefferson Vieta and JJ Buck. 505-246-0610 to get in today. Andrew's producing, 505-246-0610. Your emails come in as they always do, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Lobos beat East Texas A&M in the season opener for men's hoops last night, 76-54, and you've been reacting to that. I think most of you were satisfied, or at least cautiously satisfied, with what you saw. Was it dynamic? It was a 22-point win in an opener with a group that is brand new to each other, that didn't know each other. I don't know what you expected. Somebody expected a 50-point win, but it is what it is. So let's go to you at 505-246-0610 before we do the two idiots, too many teams. Ken is gone. He held all the way until we went to push the button. That was nice of him to hold through the break. Yeah, appreciate that. All right, so we can get there. And Ken, that might be him running back in. If you want to get in, we will. And JJ, then we'll get into the two idiots and too many teams and the fantasy football stuff that you've got teed up. I got to tell you a fantasy football trade story that I told a couple of people were like, well, it's ridiculous, but those are the rules. So we'll get there. All right, Ken, good morning. You're on the Sports Channel. What's good, Ken?
Hey, guys. Good morning. I was at the game last night, and the one thing that really impressed me at times was the level of their defense. Their defense was really, really good at times. They said, pressure the catch. So when, the opponent receives a pass, they already have Lobo pressure on that player. So it's just even like receiving the ball. And that was, I thought, excellent. The offense will come. And, looking around the Mountain West, Fresno State loses last night to, kind of an unknown team. UCLA really struggles at home against, I think, here you see.
That would be UNLV.
And, Boise State loses. Xavier struggled a little bit their first game at home. As long as the Lobos are winning, I don't care by how much, and they're getting better, I think Lobo fans really, really need to enjoy this because you see the potential. You see the potential. We have really, really good players. And if it starts on the defensive end, which it started last night, I think it's a good foundation moving forward. So that's all I got, guys. I think, you get one bad call or one bad text, and it, causes all kinds of commotion. And it's kind of fun, but it's not realistic. You've got to be patient. And I think people generally, 98% of the people. So thanks, guys.
All right. Yeah, UCLA struggled at home. Yeah, I just don't have control over here, man. I'm sorry. This bank doesn't work. Yeah, it flat out doesn't work. All right, what do we got on? All right, you'll get that. 505-246-0067. Look, everybody's struggling. UCLA beat Eastern Washington by 6 at Paul Pavilion. Xavier, Richard Pitino, brand new team, right? Everybody's brand new. They beat Marist by 4, 66-62. They lost an exhibition game to Murray State. Everybody that's got these brand new rosters, I say everybody. I mean, they're struggling trying to fit it together. Jerry, good morning. I got it. I got that one. I guess line one done. The buttons don't work for me. Jerry, you're on the Sports Animal. What's up, Jerry?
Well, good morning. I watched Duke and Texas on TV just a couple days ago. Now, that's two teams with a lot of five-star guys, right?
Yep.
And they didn't look good at all. So it's not because they didn't have talent. It's just that they haven't played together. So I'm reserving judgment. I was at the game last night. The good news is they got defense. He says they're good shooters. It's kind of like the Dodgers didn't get a couple of, they didn't hit for a couple of games, and it's like hitting. Sometimes you hit good, sometimes you don't. So I'm going to assume that he's recruited some shooters, and their shooters going to come along. And, the biggest concern I had in watching is they don't finish at the rim.
Yeah, I've heard that a
like
lot.
We're used to.
Yeah.
And, we were so spoiled. The finishers at the rim for the Lobos the last few years have been phenomenal. So, if those guys are able to finish at the rim, I think we're going to be okay. If they don't, I think we're in trouble. But I like the way he coaches. He looks, he definitely looks excited to be here.
Yep.
I like the young, the short guard from Arizona.
Tennant.
He kind of reminds me of a young House, so I'm optimistic, and go Lobos.
Right on. Appreciate you, Jerry. Thanks. Hey, JJ, Uriah Tennant, young Jalen House, do you like that comparison?
I have to wait and see it on the defensive end.
Okay. Jalen House was an elite defender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Tennant is more explosive. He's probably the most explosive athlete on this team. And so that could be really fun to watch, especially when he gets inside. But the thing that set Jalen House apart was just his tenacity on the defensive end.
All right, let's keep it going with you guys. We'll get the fantasy stuff in, but you guys want to talk some Lobo hoops. Anthony, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Anthony.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Yeah, another Jalen House. If Jalen House could jump out the gym.
Right.
I'm telling you what, that freshman kid, watching him not way he played doesn't remind me, but it remembers the first time I saw Kendall Williams play. And I told everybody, that kid, Kendall Williams, he's going to be a great Lobo. You can just tell by the way he's on the court. His vision, his athletic ability, his quickness, his change of direction, his speed. Once that guy realizes that he can compete at this level, I think he's going to be a great Lobo. That guy's going to be really, really good. As far as the Lobos last night, guys, come on, they could have beat that team by 40 points if they wanted to, but what Coach Olin did last night, which I actually liked in the second half, he changed so many different rotations. Right. He got guys playing time that were probably not going to be playing later on in the season. Coach Pitino would play 7 or 8 guys no matter what, up 20, up 30, up 40. He wouldn't create a bench. He wouldn't give guys opportunity to get in front of the pit crowd. He wouldn't change rotations early on in the season. It looked like he wanted to beat everybody by 30 or 40. Coach Olin last night, to me, looked like he wanted to give everybody an opportunity. He wanted to see different lineups together. He wanted to see some rotations. And there was a couple rotations he put out there last night that just didn't look good. And the other in East Texas would come back a little bit. But when the season gets tight, I'm sure they can be fine. They have some good look open shots. Defensively, everybody switched. Now I know the competition wasn't that great, but all their switches, their big guys seem to be able to keep their guys in front of them. They did really good help defense. And on offense, they were getting some open looks. They're just not hitting, but they'll fall. But I'm really excited to see the freshmen play, and I think Jake Hall will probably have a pretty good year. Looks like he might be a pretty good shooter. Not very athletic, but he can shoot. And somehow the big guys at Bojan, is that how you say his name?
Bullion.
If that guy can learn how to finish around the rim and just dunk it, he's going to be pretty good. And then Coach Olankasatao, what is it, Chol? How do you say his name?
Antonio Chol, Chol.
Chol. Just that dude, he has to just tell him, you go, bro. Just go attack the rim, play. Just do what you got to do, because that guy is super athletic. He looks like he can probably score 15, 20 points a game, and they're going to need one go-to scorer that they can count on to get them 15 to 17 points a game. That's the only thing I think they're lacking. They need one guy. But when the minutes go up for those starters, I think you're going to have that. So, yeah, they might struggle early, and they're going to probably lose to some pretty good teams early, because if the shooting's not there, they're going to struggle. But I think by the time they get around to conference play, they're going to be very good defensively, and guys will be more familiar playing with each other, and shots drop. And in this league, a top 3, top 4 finish is very easy for the Lobos to do.
Right.
Thanks,
on,
guys.
man. No, appreciate you. All right, so there's a ton in there. JJ, a couple of things. Uriah Tennett's line. He had 14 points with 5 assists, 3 steals, only turned the ball over once in 24 minutes as a freshman making his collegiate debut. I think he already knows he can play at this level. Like Anthony just said, once he finds out he can play at this level, he's going to be good. I think he knows he can play at this level. 14 points, 5 assists, 3 steals, and only 1 turnover in 24 minutes for Tennant. He was terrific last night. As far as Chol, I think he's going to develop into one of your best players. And the other thing he said is they're going to beat this team by 40. Yeah, man. I mean, Eric Olin wasn't trying to put 40 on this team. He was trying to figure out what he's got as a head coach and put different lineups together. I agree with him. If they would have kept whatever they think their best lineup is out there, they'd have run that team out of the building by 40, 50, and maybe Dan would have said we should have won by 80, because it's not good enough, right? You got everything that you wanted to get out of last night.
Yeah, what you're looking for in an opener is moments of success, which I got that defensively. Offensively, you saw some sparks. You throw some different lineups out there, see what you have. If the game's in control, you're able to do that. Could things tighten up later in the season? Sure. And it's also a completely different style. Like, I did not have a problem that Patino didn't have a bench, because not every team is going to have 9 or 10 guys that can play. Like, that's just it's a pipe dream to think you're always going to have that many dudes that can play. Maybe this is, though, something Eric Olin wants more of, is that rotation with that defensive style. But overall, they checked a bunch of boxes. You see the potential in this team. I'm really interested in Antonio Chol and his development in just terms of, is he going to do stuff on the ball? Is he going to be better, getting the easy baskets off the ball? Because, he settles for 3 a lot. He's a good 3-point shooter. But, he's one of those guys that I think at times fans are going to be wanting a lot more from him. Be like, dude, your length, your athleticism, like, get inside. But, because he likes to play that perimeter game. So just watching how he evolves in this offense, I think, will be key to him getting to that level of leading this team in scoring.
All right. Travis sent a text, 505-246-0610, says, heading to the airport. How about this, Jason? First of all, his wife is a wonderful lady, because they're listening to us. Heading to the airport to go on my honeymoon in Italy. I'm sad I won't get to begin my day the same way I've done for over a decade, listening to your show and the contributions from OD listeners. I'm especially sad I'll miss Lobo basketball's next 3 games and Lobo football's big game against Colorado State. Hope Lobo fans turns out in droves. These teams deserve it. Hear you guys in a couple of weeks. Cheers to the best show in the business. From Travis. Dude, don't be sad. You're going to Italy with your wife on your honeymoon. What are you sad about? We'll be here when you get back. I think. Maybe.
Yeah, I hope.
We've been here for 17 and a half years. Maybe we'll be here. But, no, dude, first of all, thanks for listening, and thanks to your wife for letting you listen on the way to the airport. You're sad? Tell you what, I'll cut this deal with you. You come in here, and you and your wife can do the show, and I'll go to Italy. Cool? For 2 weeks? Dude, I can't get out of here right about now. I can't.
And if you need to, like, if you're getting antsy and start shaking a little bit when you're in Italy and you need to sit in the bathroom and stream us online for a few minutes, go for it.
All right, 505-246-0610. 0610. That's how you get in. 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. We'll hit you with your fantasy stuff when we get back. I know JJ's got a bunch of stuff that he wants to get to you. It'll be two idiots, too many teams. We'll do that when we return. Who's watching your home when you're not there? I ask you that every day. For me, it's the good guys, not the bad guys. International Protective Services, affordable private security. You see them everywhere in town. They're all over your neighborhood. They're in the stores when you go into the stores. You know why they're everywhere? Because they work. They keep the bad guys away. Property crime is on the rise. The officer shortage is an issue. It's unfortunate we need affordable private security, but we do. I've trusted IPS for years. When I travel, they come by multiple times a day. They do exterior searches. If there's a package delivered, they take it off the porch so the porch pirates don't get it. They get it to me when I get back. They'll take your garbage cans to the curb and back on garbage day. They'll pick up newspapers and mail. Whatever you need, they do for you. They also provide standing guards if you'd like eyes on your property around the clock. They'll install alarms and camera systems for you, and they got a state-of-the-art facility monitoring those cameras 24/7. All of this raises the level around your home and around your business. So I ask you the question all the time, who's watching your home or business when you're not there? Make sure it's the good guys. You've worked too hard to build what you've got. Don't let the bad guys just come in and destroy it. International Protective Service, 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420. Online at ipsglobal.com. IPS is passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NNAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
All right, you got injuries, you got bye weeks, you got a mess, man. Welcome to fantasy, and you got like too many teams. Two idiots, too many teams. It's fantasy football. As you, try to figure it out. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Channel. If you want to get something in, you can. 505-246-0610. Where do you start? What's your biggest advice this week?
Well, first off, let me hear this trade nonsense in your league.
Oh, the drama?
Yes.
All right. So, do you guys have a trade deadline? And if you do, is it before the NFL trade deadline in your league?
It's after.
All right. So I got an issue where I got two quarterbacks. I had Dak Prescott and I had Kyler Murray. All right. Kyler is benched, or now he's on IR. Dak's on a bye week, so I needed a quarterback. So I looked at the waiver wire, and I'm like, all right, well, there's Marcus Mediocre. I could do that, or Michael Penix. Let me see if I can make a trade. And there's a dude who's got three quarterbacks. He had Stafford, Herbert, and Jordan Love. And I said, all right, you willing to move one? You know, take a look at my receivers. I got a couple of receivers, and so we got to a deal. I'm like, I was going to give him Jacoby Myers. He was going to send me Jordan Love. It's a keeper league. It's totally fair trade, right? He wins, I win, everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Well, the rules are after week 8, you can only trade with someone within one spot of you in the standings. So I'm 6-3, he's 2-7. We can't make a trade. Like, if there's only two dudes with whom I can make a trade, and after week whatever, you can't trade.
That's dumb.
So it got when it's in the rules, man. It got vetoed.
I
we
get
have
it's
written
in the
rules
rules
in this damn league. Like, they
but
handed out 3 pages of rules at the draft. Yeah, no, it needs to be reassessed.
That's dumb, because if it's not collusion if you're in a league that you can keep players, and if you're losing and you say, hey, I want to make a move and potentially have a younger guy to keep on my roster for next season, it's overdoing it. And I understand your league has rules and there's actually legit pages, but it's like
paper.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I didn't scrub the rules good enough, and so he sent it to me, and I'm like, all right. I mean, it is there. There's nothing I can do about it. It's a bummer, and I got Marcus Mediocre against the Lions this week, and that's what we'll have to do. But and you know what? Honestly, this week Marcus Mediocre might be better than Jordan
Love. Who knows? But it's again, all leagues are different. It's fantasy football. Everyone agrees to play certain things, but to me, that is overcompensating for thinking people are just going to try to collude in a fantasy league.
Yeah, and I think that's the intent of it. But then you hit, with these late bye weeks, you hit a situation. It's like, damn, dude. All right, and I'm sure they loaded up on 3 good quarterbacks, with the thought process being, because there's 2 dudes who own that team. Hey, I'm going to flip a quarterback and get some value later in the season, right? Why else would you have 3 quarterbacks on your roster? Three guys who are like Stafford, Herbert, and Love. You got to make a decision every damn week too. That's agonizing every week, isn't it?
That's a lot, yeah.
Like two quarterbacks, unless you have the Josh Allen, Lamar, Mahomes kind of a thing, you're agonizing over quarterbacks. So why? I don't want to agonize over three. So I got to believe their whole intent was to trade one. And so they got an opportunity to get a guy who's getting a new start and a good receiver in a new place. Everybody was going to win. They need receivers. But all right, what do you got? Where do you want to start this?
Well, when it comes to Wednesday practice reports, I'm not too worried about limited, but I am concerned about out. And one of those guys is James Cook. And given the fact that it came Wednesday, it's probably after waivers. If you haven't done it, Ray Davis is a dude you need to add right now because he could be in line to be the RB1 for the Bills, whether you're a James Cook owner or just looking at someone you could probably play as a flex and feel really good. If it's Buffalo against Miami, they're 9.5-point favorites. Even if James Cook plays, man, they could probably just limit his workload if they're in control of that game. So Ray Davis is a dude that I'm jumping on right now. If you're a James Cook owner or just looking to fill a flex this weekend, I think that's a really good situation because at this point in the season, injuries, bye weeks, it is really hard to find playable running backs right now. And so you're looking at Ray Davis, Ty Johnson in a pickle because he would be the RB2 there. And then even, Devin Singletary, I think, is someone that could save you potentially this week. It's Tyrone Tracy. Yes, he's a hot name. He was the dude that produced last year. But, Singletary and Tracy was a split last week. Neither one of those guys really took off. And this is a game, Chicago and the Giants, that there should be some advantages for both offense. So in case of emergency, Devin Singletary is a guy that could be on your radar this Sunday.
All right. Help me with a couple things. And I guess everybody's sitting with these. We got 5 running backs here. I could play 2 or 3. I think I want to play 2 because I'm going to play Smith and Jigba, Metcalf, and probably Diggs. Jaylen Warren, DeAndre Swift, I asked you this earlier, Kamara, Harvey, or Bill. And the issue is you would play Swift if he's going to play, but you don't know if he's going to play, and R.J. Harvey goes tonight.
Yeah, to me it would be Swift and Warren.
Yep.
But again, I think there you most just have to take your chance, and if Swift doesn't play, then you got guys that can play. But
I mean, try to get Ray Davis. Yeah. All right. How do I kind of want to get Quentin Johnson in my lineup this week. I got 3 spots for receiver and tight end. Right now in my lineup, I guess I got him in right now. I guess that's the way to get it because T. Higgins on the bye. All right, done. Quentin Johnson, Puka Nacua, Tyler Warren. I'm playing him. Yeah, that's easy because of the bye week. All right, never mind. You solved my problem. You helped me. Thank you. That was pretty good, too. I didn't even look at that.
Them bye weeks.
Quentin Johnson, though, had that 0 a couple weeks ago. Felt like he got back into favor. This is a guy that hit for everybody early. Everybody picked him up because not many drafted him, but picked him early. Teams that spread it around like that, you're going to hit week to week, right?
Yeah, there's going to be a little less consistency because there's 4 options in that pass game. Gadsden's not going anywhere. Oronde Gadsden, the tight end, had 5+ catches the last 3 weeks. He's a target downfield, had a 34-yard reception last week. I think the dude that's probably going to have the most volatility is Keenan Allen, but in the Chargers passing attack, which you have to play those guys because it's a team that Joe Alt goes down, so the line's questionable. Are they going to be able to run it as much as they want? And if not, Justin Herbert's going to be throwing it downfield, and all those guys are going to be in our lineup. You just got to understand that with the Chargers pass catchers, heck, even Ladd McConkey at time, there might be some volatility where you're sitting there thinking, oh, this is wide receiver 2 production for sure, and you don't get that one week.
All right. Here's an issue that a lot of people are facing. A lot of people got drunk last week on Monangai. He had 175 yards, looked like the dude. Here's the situation, though, with the Bears. DeAndre Swift's had a hell of a year. Monangai's kind of been getting scraps. Swift gets injured. Monangai comes in, has a great week. I don't see this as Rico Dowdle taking over for Chuba Hubbard. Do you? Because I honestly, I got one dude in one league, one dude in the other, and I honestly don't know how to handle this.
No, not yet. They played the Bengals.
Everybody gets ripped against the Bengals.
They played an awful defense. They're not switching that and benching DeAndre Swift after a great performance against the Bengals. This is still it's gonna be, if DeAndre Swift goes out there, he is hurt, more, like if it's an injury that's just going to linger and linger, which it is, maybe it's more 60-40 split, but this is not Monungai's backfield yet at all.
All right. What else are you looking at this week? Got buys. Droppable. Well, let me give you a couple guys. Yeah. Keon Coleman and Alvin Kamara. Guys that I think, Kamara certainly early in the year, he's the go-to, he's the guy. That offense is so bad. I mean, droppable. And then Coleman was going to be Josh Allen's guy, and he's just not.
I don't think Coleman was ever going to be Josh Allen's guy because Khalil Shakir is there. And, yeah, Coleman is droppable. If you need to make a move, like you can drop Keon Coleman. At this point in time, if you have like two other running backs you might be playing on your team and you need a roster space, like there are Alvin Kamara out there. People might get like, oh my gosh, Alvin Kamara is available. Okay, look at the fact he's not involved in the passing game. And when was the last time he had 50 yards rushing in a game?
It's been a minute. I think it was week 1.
Yeah.
All right, tight end moving forward. If let's say you lose Tucker Kraft, do you take a run at Luke Musgrave of Green Bay? Do you like that long term? Does he go into that? Or let's say a guy like Mason Taylor of the Jets is there, or Cade Otton, or I don't know, Jonnu Smith. Where do you go with that? You go with a guy who I think he's going to step in, or a guy like Mason Taylor intrigues me with the Jets. I just hate the Jets' offense most weeks.
I think, like if you're looking for the 1-for-1, I think Musgrave can get you by this week because they're going to have throw someone out there. But Mason Taylor he's on the field, man. Like, he's a part of that offense, and he's running routes, and he's taking a lot of snaps. So if you're looking for at least you want a guy that's on the field and there's not a question mark, Mason Taylor is that. Another one, Giants tight end Theo Johnson, probably available in your league. A.J. Barner, Seattle Seahawks tight end. Nice. In a passing offense, so you're just keeping your fingers crossed, looking for a touchdown, or even at this point, if you lose Tucker Kraft, look and see if anyone has doubled up on tight end.
Can't make a trade, dude.
Well, I know you can't in your league that has
3 pages of written rules.
3 pages of written rules to not allow anything to happen. But guys down the stretch that you might be able to get where you don't have to pay a lot. And I'm not talking about trading for Brock Bowers or Trey McBride, but Harold Fannin is, I think, a really good option. He's running a ton of routes for the Browns, and even with David Njoku on the field, he's still getting a lot of work. There's a lot of 2 tight end sets there. I think down the stretch he could be really good. Plus they just had their bye week, so he's playable the rest of the way. And just kind of peep and see if there's anyone that's sitting on 2 tight ends.
All right. You can get more in if you want. 505-246-0610. We do this pretty much on a regular basis on Thursdays in this hour. We're just walking through some fantasy football stuff, and hopefully it helps you a little bit. When we get back, I got more correspondence on Lobo basketball last night. Again, NFL news. I got this breaking news from the Cowboys this morning. It's horrific news if you missed it earlier. A 24-year-old defensive end who scored a touchdown for the Cowboys just 3 days ago has passed away. I'll get to the details that we know, but it's horrific. We'll do that when we get back. How's your vehicle look? I know, mine too. Hey, I'm due for On the Spot Automotive to come take care of it. The busy times are upon us. I got a ton going on. I got a bowl game to put on in a month and a half. We got basketball, football, life. Busy times happen. Families coming for Thanksgiving. Make sure your car looks clean. Make sure it looks fresh. I want to recommend my friends over at On the Spot Automotive. They've been awarded Best in the City because, well, a lot of reasons, but they take the time. They take the care to make your car feel like brand new. The best part about what they do is the quality of what they do. The best part is they are the best at what they do. The second best part, and maybe you think this is the best, they come to you. So you don't have to find time to take your vehicle anywhere, sit around in a waiting room, or get a ride back. I don't know where their office is. It doesn't matter because they know where mine is. They come to you. You don't leave the comfort of your home or your office, and they detail your vehicle whilst you are doing your life. When they're done, your car looks, it feels, it smells like the day you took it off a lot. That brand new car feel without that brand new car price. You're going to be left feeling really, really, really stoked about this whole thing. Talk to them about paint protection film and ceramic coating. Those are top notch. They help guard your vehicle against scratches, stains, and everyday wear. Look, man, you've already invested a whole lot of money into your car. Take that extra step. Keep it looking its best. On the Spot Automotive, voted best in the city for a lot of reasons. Give them a call today, or flat out just book online. Everything is there. Go to OTSdetailing.com. That's OTSdetailing.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle.
Second left.
Oh, you're still here? I'm sorry.
I got 1 second.
All right. just see the. I don't have this full screen. I just see the little spinning. Well, there you are. You're not out yet.
After this segment, catch the bus.
All right. JJ's not out. I gotta give you this story is horrible. Marshawn Nealand, 24-year-old Cowboy edge rusher, is dead. Passed away overnight. Now the reports are coming out what happened, and there's a press release from the Texas Department of Public Safety. So this is a 24-year-old young man. Scored a touchdown in Monday Night Football. They're on their bye week. According to the Texas Department of Public Safety, Nealand was involved in a traffic stop following a moving violation in Frisco, Texas, last night. There was a chase that pursued. Police lost sight of the vehicle. The car was later found after a crash. And according to this, Nealand was dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. This is horrific. There's a media release from the Department of Public Safety. Frisco police says a man found deceased from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound following an outside agency vehicle pursuit that led to a multi-agency search in Frisco. I mean, I don't have words. I know I'm paid to have words. Open the mic. Evidently, TMZ is reporting that Nealand was going through a mental health crisis at the time. There's a police dispatch radio report. And he texted his family, according to TMZ, goodbye. The girlfriend said he'd end it all. This is the more, I told you this, when we first heard this, JJ, I said, this is going to end up, just as it trickles out, it's going to be more gut-wrenching each bit of information we get. It seems to be where we are. Huh?
Yeah, that's just an awful story.
All right, let me give you what TMZ's reporting. They say that they've obtained police dispatch audio, which is connected to the death of Marshawn Nealand. He told his family goodbye in an apparent mental health episode. The clip is comes from late Wednesday night. That's last night. Operators in Texas, he was in Frisco, they're heard relaying information from Nealand's girlfriend, who said that she received a concerning message from him. She was trying to get a hold of the agent. The girlfriend said Nealand was armed, that he had a history of mental issues, and that she was quoted as telling the dispatcher that he said, Nealand said, that he would, quote, end it all, end quote. Dispatch, the radio, the radio dispatch said the NFL called Plano police regarding one of their players. This got all the way to NFL security, according to this report, stating that the, quote, subject is texting his family goodbye. That was the quote. So then dispatch, and again, this is the TMZ report. And they, how the hell they always get this? It's amazing. Dispatch then mentioned being on the phone with the Dallas Cowboys. So you had the police on the phone with the NFL and the Cowboys. And they were doing what they could to find him. They had dogs, drones, and other measures were being taken to find Marshawn Nealand. Quote, the agent, Marshawn was a beloved teammate and a member of our, this is the Cowboys, a beloved member of our organization. Our thoughts and prayers are with Marshawn and his girlfriend, Catalina. And then the report is he was found dead in his vehicle from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot. Damn. I didn't expect that's where we go. Marshawn Nealand, 24 years old, dead. Don't mean to bring you down, but I sure as hell want to make sure we get you the information. All right. You can get in on that. I don't know what you're going to tell me, but 505-246-0610. When we get back, let's just take this break. I know you got to get out of here. You got to go to shoot around. I got a Grady email. Grady, we're working. I just let the engineers know about the volume on the stream, and I got all you guys, and I appreciate you sending us these this morning about the quality of the audio on the stream and the tunnel sound and the volume. So I did go to the engineers during the break. We are working on trying to get that fixed, and I appreciate you staying with us whilst we're doing that. Andrew's producing this morning. JJ's in Boulder. You out? You gonna go call a game? You gonna go to shoot around? All right.
Shoot around, 5:30 pregame tonight right here on the Sports Animal, 6 o'clock tip-off.
All right. Have a great call. Hopefully I'm capable of getting us to the top of the hour by myself. Still have time for you to get in. 505-246-0610. Got a great email, some other stuff as well. I guess Mick Cronin's grumpy already, JJ, which means I'm grumpy already. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Drive, Jeff Sibieta and Andrew producing for us. You got time to take your phone calls. We'll get the great email as well. Who's on line 1? What do you got?
Yeah, this is Rudy.
What's up, Rudy? Nice to meet you. You're on. What's happening?
I've been battling the volume issues this morning.
Yeah,
but,
man. We're fighting through this,
control.
man. Yeah, we're fighting through it. We're trying to get it fixed.
Well, it's radio is like sports, right? You have to overcome adversity, and you got thrown a little adversity the last couple of days. But talking about the game last night, I wanted to start with that. I don't know if people remember Patino's first team in his first year, but I think they forgot. It was pretty rough. You had Barimasek, who could. I don't think he. That kid needed more than one sandwich.
Took a minute, man. Yeah, it took a minute to get that team.
Yeah, and I like what I'm seeing. It's a good mix of young and old. Wiljean just needs to relax. I don't know if you noticed, but when he finally just relaxed and tipped the ball in and went right in, instead of trying to jam the ball and just force everything. But rebounding is going to be key. That's a good part of your defense, and I really thought that the team looked a lot better than other people. If you just wanted to blow out East Texas A&M by 50, Olin could have done that. He could have kept his starters in. He could have kept continuity. That's not what these games are for. So I'm pretty impressed, and I think we have good guard play, and I think that you're going to see that developing. You know, Hopt is another guy that I have my eye on, and we didn't even see Tameo Pons play at all. I think he's still overcoming injury, but I kind of like that kid. That's a 6'9" guard, you know. So we have pieces, and I think if Lobo fan stays the course, as the team will, I think we're all going to grow together. Now, on to what happened last night with Coach Eck after the first break.
Amazing.
Just run the guy for mayor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said on the broadcast, I said the biggest biggest cheer of the night was for the most popular guy in the state, and he wasn't on the ballot the other day. You know?
Yeah, I mean, if he decided to say, I'm running for mayor on the right-end,
win.
he might win December 9th.
Win.
I don't know. But this is another...
He's got a
it's not
better
plea.
job now.
Get out there, man. These games are so different than it's been in the past. You can see how the team is reacting with the crowd, getting them into it. This is a team that loves playing in University Stadium, and we have a real shot at being undefeated at home going into the San Diego State game, but people got to show up. We got to have 25,000 there. So I'm begging people, if you have a friend, people don't like to hear me beg, I don't care. If you have a friend that's never been, invite him. You know, if everybody that's going to the game invited one person and brought them with them, it'd be sold out.
Yeah,
that's simple.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you, and it should be fun. You got a week to plan it. So, all right, man, enjoy today. Thanks for the call. Rudy call at 505-246-0610. Jeff, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hey, Jeff.
Morning, sir. How you doing?
Good. How you living?
Good. Good call last night. Good hearing Daniel Ferris, man. How's he doing?
He's good, man. I hadn't seen Daniel in a while, and we never really worked. Well, it's been. I think we were talking about this. I think we worked together years and years ago on something, but it was good to start working on some chemistry with him. I think we're going to get about 8, 9, 10 games this year, so it's cool.
Remember when they practiced with him with that hockey stick, turning him into a 5?
Yeah, remember that? And the progress that he made from a freshman to a senior was just astronomical.
I was telling my wife that last night. I'm like, you know what? If you've got the right coaching staff, you can squeeze extra juice out of the lemons. And if you give someone a little hope and a little drive, and Ferris is a perfect example of that, of what Alford and Craig obviously did in their year one too. So I think everybody needs to, people are saying we didn't win by a large enough margin or we didn't look great. It's like, yeah, maybe, but we won. Like, is it better to win by 1 point or 100 points? Like, don't you still get the same W in the same column?
Could have lost to Hawaii Pacific. It could be worse.
Yeah, you could be Boise or Fresno. I wanted to kind of talk about the Dallas Cowboy player, man. What a sad turn of events that is. I think in this day and age, for me anyway, being a sports guy, my head goes right to, like, I wonder if this was a CTE thing or whatever. It doesn't really matter. I work in this field a lot, and I see a lot of stuff like this happen quite a bit, and it just goes to show you can be around someone that apparently has everything in life going right, the money, the lifestyle, playing for the star, all that, but you never really know what's going on. And so, my message here is, like, check in on your people, man. Like, just because someone's got the presentation that everything's well, don't ever be afraid to ask someone, hey, man, you doing okay? Or if they show you a little sign of something, don't just blow it off and say, well, they're 99% well most of the time, and this 1% might just be an anomaly. Reach out, check in on your people, and don't be afraid to come in and say, hey, man, you look a little down. Do you need someone to talk to you? Do you need someone, to help you with whatever? Because it's a shame whenever this happens, period, but a 24-year-old young man take the sports and the money away from it. This is a person who had his entire life in front of him. So hopefully we'll find out some more details about this, but just a message to check on your people, bro.
Yeah, and coming from you and knowing your background and what you do, I hope people heed that message, because it comes with a lot of credence and a whole lot of detail behind it. So appreciate you sharing that message. I think people need to hear that every now and then. So thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, man. Have a good day.
All right, see ya. And that's a young man right there who's been through it and heed that and check in on the people. All right, got an email. Grady sent this. It says, Misery Eaters, low volume broadcasters, the OD and the AM. Seriously, the volume's low on the stream. I know, man, we're working on it. He said, I'm convinced that the regular doom and gloom crybaby emailers and texters just thrive off of misery and bad news. It's like the consume it for substance. The ability to find a negative and something to complain about with anything sports related in this state is astounding, if not pathetic. You and JJ have continued to perfectly lay out the current state of global basketball. In particular, for those who have been under a rock the last 12 months, and given the circumstances, they're looking pretty good. No need to rehash where they're at and where they've come from. Not excuses, just reality. By the way, yet another example proving JJ's point that the preseason polls in this era are just ridiculous. It continues. Global football season is widely successful with 3 games left. No possibly transition in. Let me read that again. Global football season is widely successful with 3 games left to possibly transition into a great one. And yet the misery eaters continue to try and sprinkle poop on the ice cream, shaking my head. And to the regular contributor who continually cries about mercenaries, you do realize that college athletics has always been about recruiting. Recruiting the best athletes to come to and work to bring success to your state and your school. Before NIL money, we paid those mercenaries in scholarships, expert coaching and strength training, access and opportunity to compete at the professional level, free advertising of their skills in national television, among other things. Why don't you call them mercenaries then? We still pay athletes in those terms now with the addition of cold hard cash. Seems like the cash is the real problem you have. Young men and women getting paid lots of money that you don't think they deserve. Just like the ex-TV guy says, today's college athletics are just not for you anymore. Getting ready to watch the Village's other dynasty compete for their 3rd state championship, 4 years on Saturday, 3rd in 4 years, at the Albuquerque Academy, Grady by way of Santa Fe, by the way of Titletown up north in Pecos. Good stuff in there. Look, he's right. There's always been compensation. There's always been transfers. Athletes used to get paid in scholarships. They get paid under the table. They get paid in swag. They get paid in opportunity. They get paid in different ways. Now all that's there and it's money. And by the way, the benefit of what you call mercenaries, transfers, whatever, I would argue has benefited you more over the years than it has hurt you. Now, maybe that's swayed a little bit. It's hard to watch JT Toppin and Donovan Dent All-Americas at other schools, and I understand that, and they started here. But that's, again, it's today's day and age. And if you can't handle it, complaining's not making it go away. It's just not for you anymore. And that's cool, man. If you just, college athletics isn't my thing. I'm not global footballing my thing. But it's not changing, man. It's not going backwards. You're not going back to, hey, a guy's here and he's going to be here for 4 years and that's just the way it is. You're not going back to, hey, and I think Grady's right in a lot of respects. I think a lot of this is the fact that these young men and women are making money. Sometimes it's significant. And many times it's more than you or your buddy or whomever it is that's complaining. And you got a problem that these young athletes are making more than I am. Well, their window to make that money may be limited. Some of them is going to be longer. But that's the way it is now, man. And you would take advantage of it if you could, and it's not going away. And all these guys, look at your roster. You have, I think, 5 freshmen. Everybody else transferred in from somewhere. Whether it was UC San Diego, or whether it was North Dakota State, or wherever. So I get the frustration in large respect because it changes hard. And it's hard. It used to be, it was great. It was great. They screwed it up. They changed it. It's up to you to interpret whether change is screwing it up or making it better, or you just have to adapt and making it different. Thanks to Jerry Palm. He was with us today from Palm Brackets. You can check him out, palmbrackets.com. The Herd with Colin Cowherd is next. The Jim Rome Show follows that. Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas steps in at 4. You get Lobo women's basketball against Colorado at 5:30, and then the Broncos and Raiders after that. Adrian, great work on the TV side. Appreciate you a lot. Andrew, thank you for stepping in today. I guess you're in tomorrow. Is that as well? All right, Andrew produced for you. Did a great job. We're back tomorrow morning, award-winning radio at 7 a.m. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We will smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro V. pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics.